earlier on
All right, we
Sanchez shit. I
live.
was just
Peace,
yeah.
everyone. Welcome to the show tonight. I'm Lindsay, and this is Knowledge Uprising. Tonight, I got my brothers. Peace to the guys. How y'all doing out there? So, what's
It's really
happening
good.
tonight?
Peace.
We're doing good, brother. Thanks for having us on.
No, thank you for coming on. What up, Truth? What up,
What's
Kobe?
good? What's
Naughty.
good?
Hey, you already know Naughty. Naughty shooting them fireworks. Naughty, do it one more time.
Whoa, whoa, boom, boom. He letting them joints
Boom,
off.
boom.
He letting them joints off. It's a war in this
All right,
motherfucker.
let me get the chat popping up on my screen. Yeah, I'm just popping up the live chat on my laptop so I can have like a little split screen display right quick. Everybody in already in the chat. Y'all going ham in the chat already. Miss L, what's up? Already. Miss Chantel, what up? Truth, I see you in the chat. We getting lit already in the live chat, everybody. If you would like to come in, simply type your email. And if you have an invite, simply click on it and it will bring you to the live. So what's the word, family? How's everybody doing tonight? I know it's particularly late, but I said let's go ahead and come in and do a show.
Yeah, everything groovy, brother. Just settling down and shit, man, as the night comes in.
Already.
So relaxed, I don't even want to talk.
It's interesting, man. You got all these people in the chat, and it's only showing 2 watching, now 3.
Hmm.
Interesting.
What happened, Court?
It's showing the chat was lighting up, and it's showing 2 and 3 people in the chat. You can clearly count there's more than that. Interesting.
Hmm.
Hold on, you gotta say that one more time, man.
He's saying it looks like there's more people on the chat than what it's actually saying is on the live.
Oh, word. I see Larisha just coming in. Larisha, peace. Yeah, because there's a lot in the chat, right?
Yeah, that's what I was saying, man. There's I'm not in the chat, but I'm on the live right now on YouTube,
Yeah.
and me is 1, Truth is in there. There's 2, Miss Rail is 3, got Larissa, that's 4, and then you hit the chats, Miss 5.
I don't know.
Something
It
going
can
on.
be very misleading. Yeah, it's pretty peculiar.
Yes, it is peculiar.
Peace, everybody that's watching. So tonight, the topic is an open subject matter, like always. There's nothing in particular uh, that we would like to discuss besides just building. So I was thinking to myself, should I do a live tonight? And I took it in consideration and decided to go live.
You
And
know what we could do, Knowledge? There's a lot of people in the chat. Since we're all kind of chill on the panel, why don't
yeah.
we take suggestions from the chat if there's anything on this fabulous Sunday that somebody else might have run across today or had questions about, and we'll feed off of that tonight.
Oh, well, we can do that because the chat is jumping. The chat is going. Anything you brothers want to expound or build about? Harry Noddy, Shinobi Truth, Court.
Anyone heard anything recently on the government shutdown?
No, bro, no, not me.
It's pretty. Yeah, it's been pretty quiet.
Heard on what?
Just like any information pertaining to the government shutdown. Because aren't they? They're still shut down.
No, that shit over with.
I thought they
think
shut down again.
no, they came to a compromise. Yeah, but I actually found this intriguing. It's a new video that was well, not video, but a VCR tape. This guy say he has this old VCR tape, and come to find out, that's another VCR tape of who? I just want you guys to guess. Yeah, and it's Mr. Piss on You. This just came out like 3-4 hours ago. And I found this very interesting. I was thinking about doing a standalone video, but I said, nah, fuck it. I'm going to let you guys hear this. This is coming from TMZ. This is Gloria Allred and her client, this guy. He was expounding to his wife. He found a VCHS tape, VCHS tape, and he just happened to have it. He just happened to have an old VCHS tape, and guess who they have on this VCHS tape?
His wife.
Nope, R. Kelly. With more underage girls. So,
man,
this is the third set.
Man.
And mind you, the whole press conference he did, he was reading a live statement. So he didn't ask no questions. I'm gonna let you guys hear it. That's right. We're listening to this live for the first time on Knowledge Uprising. Listening to some shit live. Let me know if you guys can hear it. If you can hear it, press 1.
Recently, I came across a box of VHS.
Can you hear it? Press 1 if you can hear it.
That I had in my home for many years. I love sports, and I was searching through the box to see which old tapes and I wanted to keep.
Pause. He's searching for a box of sports because he loves sports. So he's searching for a box. Now he's reading a statement that he wrote. So I guess he's looking for some old sports memorabilia, huh? Let me see if I can find a Ken Griffey Jr. goddamn baseball club or something, right? Let's hear this shit. An old box.
I love sports.
I love sports.
And I was searching through the box to see which old tapes and I wanted to keep and which ones I wanted to throw out.
Yeah, let me see if I want to keep 1993 when Michael Jordan went to the finals. Or let me see if I want to keep when the 49ers and the Cowboys went to the Super Bowl. I got some good-ass tapes down here, right? Wasn't expecting to have this peculiar tape, right? Let's hear this.
I noticed a sports tape, but it also had.
He noticed a sports tape. This is getting very juicy, y'all. Hold on. We're going to listen to it. I want to hear everybody's remarks after this.
Searching through the box to see which old tapes and I wanted to keep and which ones I wanted to throw out. I noticed a sports tape, but it also had R. Kelly's name on it.
Who put that in there?
It was a recording.
Boss, who put that in there? If his wife didn't know nothing about that VCHS tape, who put that in there? Did he work for R. Kelly or know somebody that worked for R. Kelly? Like, why does he have an old box of VCHS tapes and one of them says R. Kelly, which he allegedly organized for old sports VCR tapes? Sounds very interesting. Sound like they're about to do another Bill Cosby. Let's listen to this shit again, y'all.
I had.
Listen very closely. Listen very closely.
Recently, I came across a box of VHS tapes that I had in my home for many years. I love sports, and I was searching through the box to see which old tapes and I wanted to keep and which ones I wanted to throw out. I noticed a sports tape, but it also had R. Kelly's name on it.
A sports tape
I thought
that had his name
it was a recording of an R. Kelly concert. I watched the sports on the tape, then continued to watch what I thought would be an R. Kelly concert. To my shock,
he continued to watch what he thought would be an R. Kelly concert. You know he's lying. Because I'm pretty sure when that VCR tape came on, it didn't look like nobody was on stage or nothing. It was a home video recording.
Dude, this whole thing is.
Let's listen. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Like I said, this just happened today. A new sex tape of R. Kelly has surfaced today. A VHS tape from a black guy that has in his garage. Let's hear this.
R. Kelly concert. I watched sports on the tape, then continued to watch what I thought would be an R. Kelly concert.
He watched the sports on the tape. So
to my shock and surprise.
So it was playing a game. So what somebody did, they dubbed over the sports recording. So this was a re-recordable VCHS tape. Now my question is, where's the original copy to this shit? Because this is not them two tapes from back in 98. This is some new shit. So let's hear this.
I watched the sports on the tape, then continued to watch what I thought would be an R. Kelly concert. To my shock and surprise, R. Kelly appeared to be on the tape, but not in concert.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did.
He was sexually abusing underage African American girls.
You heard that? Peace, Naughty.
Hey, man, I want to tell you guys something. I was going through an old box of my Apple keyboards because I was reliving my childhood, and I found a crack pipe, and it said R. Kelly on it.
Yeah, let's keep going. This is wild, right? A day after he gets out, somebody finds a fucking VCR tape with his fucking name on it, and it's some new fucking footage of him from years ago with loaded. Let's hear this shit.
Recently, I came across a box of VHS tapes that I had in my home for many years. I love sports, and I was searching through the box to see which old tapes and I wanted to keep and which ones I wanted to throw out. I noticed a sports tape, but it also had R. Kelly's name on it. I thought it was a recording of an R. Kelly concert. I watched the sports on the tape, then continued to watch what I thought would be an R. Kelly concert. To my shock and surprise, R. Kelly appeared to be on the tape, but not in concert. Instead, he was sexually abusing underage African American girls. He was telling them what to do and what to say, and it appeared that he was in control of the camera.
Now I'll pause right there. Now, the last couple things he just said was in relevance what them bitches said on oh, my apologies. I didn't mean to say bitches. But the lady said on Surviving R. Kelly. Let's keep going.
In addition, he was engaging with these children in sexual abusive acts. He appeared to be in command of the girls, and they looked as though they were just saying, doing what he told them to do. I was disgusted, as I am today, and horrified when I saw that.
Now, like I said, in his garage, he had a box full of old VHS tapes. Let me put my camera on for this, because this shit sounds crazy as fuck. Sounds stupid as fuck. In his garage, he says it. In his garage, he had a box of old VHS tapes, which were sports tapes, allegedly. So what the hell he got on them other tapes? Now, my question is, these tapes are from years ago, and you just now realizing you have these in your possession? Or was this not something just to be a scapegoat? Or I don't know. I just find it quite strange for somebody a day after he gets out of jail, somebody has some new evidence to present to an ongoing case. I just find it very strange. I find it very strange. This man, so I'm pretty sure, right? When you take these old VHS tapes, right? You know what's on them. Because I ain't gonna lie, back in the day, I used to record shit on VHS tapes. Record shit off cable on movies. Have this shit on goddamn VHS. I even had a converter. I had a DVD VHS converter. But now, for you to say that you was taking the one that said R. Kelly, your first question should have been, what is this doing in my garage? And a box of sports VHS tapes that I have in my possession that is supposed to be my property, right? That's supposed to be my property. And it says R. Kelly, but I have no recollection of writing it. My wife doesn't either. She's baffled. So, Where did this one random VHS tape come from? I'm just saying. Shit like that makes you think. I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep going. Shit like this you gotta hear. And everything he's saying right now is written on paper. I'm gonna give you guys a quick glimpse of the actual interview and press conference.
Wanted to keep and which ones I wanted to throw out. I noticed a sports tape, but it also had R. Kelly's name on it. I thought it was a recording of
Thought it was a recording of a concert. How many concerts of R. Kelly done came out to DVD? How many Smack DVDs you done had? And he black. So he's supposed to know the Smack DVDs and all that shit and VHS and all that. He's supposed to know that shit. Everybody remember Faces of Death. He talking about he thought it was a concert. On VHS, it would have been the best of both worlds. If we was talking around that time span with VHS, it would have been the best of both worlds or something before that. But or some shit with I Believe I Can Fly or some shit with Space Jam soundtrack. Maybe he did a couple. He did a song with Usher. He did a song with the Isley Brothers. You know, maybe that could have been on that DVD. But to have a VHS tape to start playing sports, so that means he was actually watching a game, and then it just jumped to some other shit. It's suspicion. It's speculation surrounding that. Let's listen to this clown ass shit he wrote and said live for the press conference.
but it also had R. Kelly's name on it.
He been had his VHS.
R. Kelly.
He's trying to capitalize off of it.
I watched the sports on the tape, then continued to watch what I thought would be an R. Kelly concert. To my shock and surprise, R. Kelly appeared to be on the tape, but not in concert.
Yeah, I bet.
Instead,
that motherfucker was in a jungle room, wasn't he? The safari room.
African-American girls. He was telling them what to do and what to say, and it appeared that he was in.
He kept watching this shit. He was intrigued by this shit. He kept watching this shit. Because if he would have seen some other shit and it looked like somebody was goddamn fucking or a porno, he would have got them cut that shit off and pulled the VCR tape out, right? But he was curious. Looked like he hitting that shit a little good, and what this dude talking about, he recognized the face and seen it was R. Kelly. Listen to the lies between the things this guy's disseminating. He been had this tape, or somebody gave the tape to him. It's a lot of conspiracy behind this shit. Let's listen.
Control of the camera. In addition, he was engaging with these children in sexual abusive acts. He was telling them what to do and what to say, and it appeared that he was in control of the camera. In addition, he was engaging with these children in sexual abuse.
In addition,
he appeared to be.
You take some considerable notes, don't you?
And they looked as they.
I don't stutter now.
Saying doing what he told them to do. I was disgusted, as I am today, and horrified.
I bet you were, but you watched the whole thing. You were able to identify
I have
R.
a
Kelly
daughter.
and the other individuals.
And nobody's daughter should ever be subjected to anything like that.
How did you have that
At
tape in your
first,
possession?
I was inclined to throw out the tape and put it in the garbage. But then I discussed it with my wife, and we decided that the right thing to do was turn it over to law enforcement.
And so that's what happened. He turned it over to law enforcement. So everybody, what's your sentiments on this? Court, Naughty, Truth?
I already put it in the
Y'all
chat,
heard the
man.
interview man the dude made today.
This is much easier than people give it credit for, because when it comes to Hollywood, it does not matter who it is. Sports, Hollywood, the entertainers, the news anchors, take your pick, man. They're all the same. It's either scripted, but I believe it's to put him in the spotlight again because he came out with a new record and all of a sudden all hell's breaking loose. Two, it's going to be a ritual to embarrass him or something like that, and he'll still get off the charges, but the intent was to embarrass him, and then his record will blow up. Or three, he done stop.
Well, see, I think they're gonna do him like they did Bill Cosby. I actually think they're really trying to goddamn get R. Kelly this time.
But I mean, dude, look at what the links are going to. Like, and I was making the joke.
Yeah,
I was being
they done did
facetious.
a whole show. The judge gonna look at this shit. Just the judge can be at home chilling at night.
No judge, bro.
And he turned it to Lifetime, or she turned it to Lifetime, and you got Surviving R. Kelly on. They got them gonna go to work tomorrow with that shit on their mind and listen to the jury and all. Like all that shit plays a factor into somebody's reality of a realm and judging somebody. They become prejudiced to the person off the things they see upon the person. You get what I'm saying?
No, I'm just telling you why it's going on. I know the masses are ignorant. That's inevitable. What I'm saying, I mean, the people are going to believe the crap you just played, and someone's going to start arguing at work about it. No, they really found it. Shut up. It's all a fallacy. It's a ploy on the masses. It's just a matter of which direction they're going with it. So he either quit picking up the booty calls from the bosses, and they're upset with it, and they're shutting them down, or one of the other two. I mean, it's going to be one. It always is one of the three. Like all the people at the top are the pedophiles. All of them are. The priests, the CEOs, they're all in it. So it's nothing new. Like, oh my God, did you hear what happened? They all do it. You don't get to that level unless you're doing some sick crap. So that's nothing new. Why are they throwing you on the chopping block? And there have been reason to believe that some people, they're killing the name. So R. Kelly is a name. They're getting rid of the name so he can, quote, retire. But that doesn't make sense because he's been out of the spotlight for a while. So it's all for that. They're doing something. There's a reason he's going through this. And it has nothing to do with justice. That's why, in a way, it's kind of funny.
Naughty, what's your sentiments on this situation?
My sentiments is it's a VHS. That shit could have happened 30 years ago. And the next thing is hearsay. That videotape don't prove shit.
Well, this guy says he has a new videotape that he hand over to the authorities.
Yeah, VHS though. VHS. That's a 30-year thing. That VHS
how does he have that? What are you doing in possession with some private property of R. Kelly? Which I ain't saying he shouldn't have, but how did he have it? He shouldn't have it.
How do you know it's private property R. Kelly? Why couldn't he? I used to write on our VHSs what it was, and he never said who wrote it, how it was written. It's all...
Yeah. Well, how did that end up in his garage, in his box?
I've got VHSs. I actually have a VHS player because of my kids. We watch old stuff that me and the wife grew up on, and I let the kids watch it because it's funny. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah,
saying
I ain't gonna lie. I got Forrest Gump. I got Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence Life. A couple other
it's
things
just
on VHS.
it's just the whole thing, man. Think of the story, and
Yeah. It was dubbed. I can agree with you, Miss L.
it
But
happens to be that R. Kelly's going through this, and I wake up one morning and I go, "Hey, I'm going to go in my garage and look through my sports VHSs for no apparent reason." And lo and behold, wow! Look what Court found. I found a VHS of R. Kelly, and I don't know what it's on it. I just gave it to the authorities. Oh, get out of here!
yeah, that sounds pretty crazy.
It does. It's all a fallacy. It's a setup for something. What is it? I
Nadi,
don't
what's your
know.
thoughts on it? They got quiet on me, Nadi.
Oh no, I entertaining something right now. I can't really
All
chat
right,
up chat.
already, brother. But yeah, Corey, keep going with what you was saying, man. I was listening to you.
Here's the thing, man. All of these, this is what people have to understand. When you get to this level, it seems the more we study, the more it leads to the same entity, the same group, the same mentality. These people are doing extremely sick things as far as our moral compass is concerned. They've been doing it for eternity. It's just now a majority of the people are finding out about it, but it still doesn't mean the majority of the masses. So, I mean, really, if you think about it, keep your ears open as this just dropped, breaking news. And listen to how many people are going to be like, they'll start arguing about it. Well, I have a VHS, but they don't see the big picture. And the big picture is they put it out there to keep the masses distracted. But the truth of what is going on is at the top. He wore out his time, wasn't willing to play ball anymore. There's a reason for it, or it's a ritual of some sort. They're killing the name. It has nothing to do with R. Kelly. There is no justice. I mean, the justice is served when they want it served, how they serve it. So it's not like me and you go to court and we're fighting for our lives. These people signed up for this, and that's part of their game. So it's almost as if you're watching a basketball game. The way I play basketball in my backyard is a little bit different than professional basketball. They do things in professional basketball you don't do in your backyard, but you think it's the same. It's not. I mean, you would never rig a basketball game in your backyard because you're just having fun. These people, it's much more than that. They've got the masses paying attention to it, and they will rig it. Is everyone rigged? No. But will they? Absolutely. Because of the money, because of the distraction, because of we put this guy on a pedestal now, so he has to go to the top. He gets to the top, doesn't play game anymore. Then they're like, oh, then they bring him back down. They work this thing. It's us that believe it's organic. It's not. And until people figure that out, it's just going to, the whole thing is to keep you distracted from you looking
What's your
inside.
thoughts on Harvey Weinstein?
It's all, that was an embarrassment ritual. What happened to him? They had to chuck somebody under the bus to get people off of them. So, and they said, well, he went to jail. Prove it. Nobody can prove it. He didn't go to jail. They threw him out there and sacrificed him in lack of better words. And the people went, yeah, they got one. And they go back to sleep. What about Clinton? When are they going to put her in the clink? Do you know what that woman's done? No, Court, we're past that. Trump is going to save us. Stop. Do you see the same scenario? It's cyclical over and over. Oh, the people are getting upset because of the Republicans. Oh, we're going to bring a Democrat in. Left, right, ping, 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 basketball, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. That's all it is. And when they see, so let's say you're operating a basketball game and you want to keep it interesting. And the longer the people stay there, the more hot dogs and beer they buy. So you've got to keep it interesting. So if you notice the crowd is starting, a couple people are getting up, they're getting bored with it, then you flip the game up. Oh, whoa, you didn't see that? No, man, I left. Oh, man, you missed it. Oh, the people are getting bored again. Switch it up. That's what it is. The people believe it's organic. It is not. It's to fleece you mentally, spiritually, emotionally. Financially, that's what this is about. It's their game. The players are in on it. Now, let's say one player is like, man, I don't want to fool these people anymore. Oh, you don't say. Okay, hey, Bob, when you go out there, elbow him and break his ankle. He's never playing again. Oh, yeah, sorry, Tim broke his ankle. Too bad. Tim knows why his ankle got broke, because he ran his mouth. And if he runs his mouth again, he'll stop breathing. That's the game. We can't comprehend it because we would never do that. These people are not what you think they are. And think about it, we got the Hall of Fame and
let's shift gears a minute then.
What's
so
that?
Let's boliviate. Let's talk about the China moon landing. So I'm gonna let you hear the article, and then we can build about it.
China has announced plans to launch an artificial moon into our skies by 2020. And as crazy as that sounds, guess what? China has announced plans to launch an artificial moon into our skies by 2020. And as crazy as that sounds, it's not actually the first time something like this has been attempted. But first, China's new plan. As reported in China Daily, China plans to launch an illumination satellite into orbit above the city of Chengdu. Well, actually 4 illumination satellites. The first as proof of concept in 2020, and the next 3 as the real deal in 2022. There aren't a ton of details about the satellites themselves yet, like how big they are or what they'll be made out of, but we do know they'll be covered with a reflective coating similar to the moon's, whatever that's supposed to mean. At the proposed distance of 500 kilometers, a single satellite is expected to illuminate an area between 10 and 80 kilometers, with light around 8 times brighter than the moon's. If all goes to plan, the scientists hope the moons will replace streetlights in urban areas and save the city millions in electricity costs annually. They could also help light up streets during natural disasters and blackouts. Those same benefits are what prompted Russia to try something similar 20 years ago. In 1993, Russia successfully deployed their own prototype of an illumination satellite, about a 20-meter reflective film that unfolded in space. For a few hours, it orbited a couple hundred meters above Earth, beaming a 5-kilometer wide spotlight over Europe. But that light only moved at about 8 kilometers an hour, meaning most people just saw a flash in the sky as it passed. Eventually, it fell out of orbit and burned up on re-entry. The Russians tried this again a few years later, this time with a 25-meter mirror. However, the satellite failed to deploy and it quickly fell out of orbit. There were plans to launch a third, even bigger mirror, but the project faced serious budgeting issues and was later abandoned. So China's plan is essentially picking up where Russia left off, taking note of their mistakes and making something that will actually work, right? Well, as critics have been quick to point out, that doesn't appear to be the case. The first and probably biggest issue with China's proposed scheme concerns the height of orbit. In order for a satellite to track a single city on Earth, it would need to be in a geostationary orbit about 36,000 kilometers above Earth. At the proposed 500 kilometers, China's satellites would face the same problems that Russia's did, whipping around Earth, quickly lighting up random places for a fraction of a second as they go, which isn't exactly the goal. And even if 500 kilometers was a typo and they meant to say 36,000, a satellite at that height would need to be extraordinarily large, hundreds of meters across, to reflect much back to Earth. And while the article doesn't specify how big China's satellites will be, launching something big enough could be prohibitively difficult. Critics also pointed out that the plan has no mention of any sort of thrusters or fuel on board these satellites. And that would probably be a necessity since out in space, the satellites, like the Russian mirrors, will experience drag and solar radiation that will eventually push them out of orbit. The cost of the initial fuel and subsequent refueling missions could outweigh any savings of electricity costs on Earth. Reportedly, researchers at several universities and institutes have looked over the plan and have given it the okay for trial. So maybe we just don't have all the details. If that's the case, and the plan does work, should we be worried?
There we go. So what you think about that?
It's all bullshit. Let me explain why. First of all, we have these satellites, or so-called satellites, that can read your license plate from space. But hey, can't find Bin Laden running around the desert. Nope, he's elusive, just can't find the guy. So either satellites don't exist, Bin Laden was fake, or both. So let me take you back in time. When I grew up on the farm, we had this extremely large, it was an 8 or 10-foot dish in our backyard to pick up channels. Well, it was on an electric rotary motor. So depending on what channels you wanted, you had to turn the dish to a certain area to pick up radio frequencies or the frequencies of the television. Well, then they made them smaller into dish satellites. Okay, let me ask somebody a question. Go outside and drive around and notice in your area all the dish satellites are pointed in the same direction. Why don't they move? Because they're bouncing off a repeater. They're not bouncing off a satellite. We never went to the moon. You can't break out of the dome. It's full of lies. They know it's all a lie. And anything Russia, China, be afraid, be very afraid. The Cold War, Russia, China, be afraid of Iran. When you get to a point and you know too much, almost as they would say it, you know too much. People wonder, Court, I've been studying this stuff and I'm losing friends over this. My family's thinking I'm crazy. I don't know if I can continue on. The reason all that is happening is not because you're crazy. It's because the masses believe all the drama and you are no longer interested in it. If I talk to you about coloring books, how long could I talk to you about coloring books before you would walk away from the conversation? It's childish, Court. It's great your kids are coloring. I don't want to have a 4-hour conversation about coloring books and crayons. Well, think of all the news as coloring books, and we are the adults. That's what's going on. And when you get to a point where you get your critical thinking back and you start looking around only to realize that it's all bullshit. So then the real question lies in, what do they know or are doing that they are keeping us distracted from? Because if they're going to spend hundreds, if not thousands of years, trillions upon trillions upon trillions of dollars, and the amount of energy to keep us distracted, whatever is real has got to be huge. If we want to talk about electricity, we've had these conversations on other channels. Why is it, have you ever noticed that they don't really produce electricity? What it is they're pulling electricity out of the sky, sending it down a line to a transformer, which increases the electricity, send it to your house so they can charge you, and then they break it back down to whatever your household needs. The electricity they are sending to your house, to the businesses, the original source of it was free. They're just charging you. They are fleecing us every which direction. Now they're ramping it up. Why? Because something is right around the corner. And whatever it is huge.
Huge, huh?
No, I don't mean it's going to be big. I mean huge. They are amping this up at an incredible pace right now.
Yeah. I understand what you're saying.
What happens if you ever planned a party at your house? And at first, you and the wife, kids, you're excited. You're thinking of ideas. A couple weeks, you plan this 6 months in advance. And you're going and picking up this, picking up that. You're thinking about it 3 months. Oh, okay, it's getting closer. People are getting excited. Oh, did you get the party tablecloth? Hey, did we order the cake? We don't order the cake. 1 month before the party. Okay, it's ramping up. It's ramping up. Checking the list twice. 2 weeks before it, everybody's kind of on edge a little bit because this is a really big party that you're about to throw. It's huge. That's why you plan it 6 months in advance. And you're double checking everything. 3 days before the party, families kind of arguing with each other. Everybody's on edge. Why? It's just a party. Because it's that big of a party. You're about to have thousands of people at your house. You want to make sure everything's right. You got the DJ lined up. You've got the lighting lined up. You've got the stage coming in and the kids' playland. I mean, this thing's huge. You got the guy coming in to cook all the food. 1 day before the party, everyone's at each other's throats. Why is it so tense around here? You're thinking, oh crap, I forgot about this. You're on the phone. The wife's on the phone. You're trying to go to work. You took the rest of the day off. You're running the kids here. They're noticing mom and dad are tripping because the party's tomorrow. Use that same analogy to what they're doing now. Whatever's coming is one big ass party because it's getting closer. That's why things are amping up. Oh my God, we don't have them under enough mind control yet. Okay, this isn't working. Okay, we're poisoning them, but they're not dying fast enough. Holy crap, they're starting to wake up. Okay, we need to start making laws for this and laws for that. And they're amping it up. The party's coming. And as we start to learn what's going on, you can see it for what it is. There's a big party coming, bro. Yeah, and we're the act and don't even know it. I mean, we've got people, and I don't think we woke up because we're just some special people. I think we're special people and the time is right that we're waking up. Why hasn't this happened in 2,000 years? Because something's coming. There's an old story.
They say it's 2,000 years. It could possibly be more or less, you know?
It could be 200 years. I was just putting it out there. Why hasn't it happened technically of our understanding before? There's an old story.
Question too.
Huh?
You're always hearing everybody say 2,000 years. Some shit about to happen, but.
Okay, go check out a guy online on YouTube. His name is Static in the Attic. And he had an epiphany and started doing videos. Between the late 1700s and the very early 1800s, he started noticing almost every country he looked up was at war against the same invading people. How could they invade all the same countries all at the same time? Because something happened. Well, then he goes into the mud flood and Tartaria and all that fun stuff. I heard a long time ago what had happened is it was the 3-day blackout. The people didn't know, but the elites did. And the sun went black, literally no sun for 3 days. Well, the elites went to the people and said, you know what? We've got a channel to God. So if you give us all your stuff, we'll go ahead and talk to God for you. And we'll give your stuff to God to show our appreciation. And we'll ask him if he'll turn the sun back on. Well, everybody was like, yeah, gave them all their gold, all their wealth, gave them everything. And like clockwork, 3 days later, the sun came back on. I don't know if the story's true or not. But if it is true, it makes you wonder, are the lights going to go out for 3 days? There's something, if it isn't true, it just shows you that those in the know can profit from those that aren't in the know. It's pretty deceiving, if you ask me. But that's what these people do.
Much so.
So my thing is, when you hear these stories, there's a possibility. Okay, 3 days, lights out. Okay, I get that. Sun is fake. Okay, I got that. The moon is actually illuminated. It's not solid. Okay, I got that. There's a dome around us. Never went to space. Got that. You start adding all this up. Why are they lying so much? So you get to the point where really you're left with what is being planned. And while people are worried about global warming, okay, that's a fallacy because they're manipulating the weather through geoengineering. Okay, I'm not saying natural events don't occur. I'm just saying that they're really screwing that up. Our water supply is trashed. All our sea life is dying. Wow, they really fucked that up. Our food's all GMO. They literally pass laws that if their crap shows up in your garden, you can be fined. Wow, that's craziness. Okay, if you look around, how much more do they have to do before people go, wait a minute? No, we're chasing one thing after another. We're really not putting it together. Yeah, and now the moon. Oh, hey guys, oops, our bad. Since you kind of figured out that we lied about the moon, we didn't lie about the moon. We just found out. It was interesting that the moon is actually in our atmosphere. I know, slipped our mind. Oops, our bad. Let's get out of here. And now the R. Kelly thing, think about how insulting they are to your intelligence. And what do? We get up in the morning, we go to our job, we play with the rest of the buffoons at our job and listen to all their drama, come home and spend a couple hours. Hey, we made the money to pay our bills and the electric bill that should be free. And then we come online and say, hey, Did you hear this story? Did you hear that story? I mean, let's call a spade a spade. You are being murdered and nobody cares. If I go to your house right now and steal $10, I just pick up your wallet, pull $10 out of it, show you, and walk out the front door. Dude, you would probably pull a gun or a knife on me and call the cops. But yet, if the government takes a 30-year check, hey, you know, it is what it is. Think about that for a second. Think about how asinine this is. That is the programming. And unfortunately, those of us that are in our 30s, 40s, and 50s, we're trying to break that programming. So we have to deprogram to reprogram. And our children are relying on us to pull this off. So we're always going to have some form of programming because we were born with it. Some more than others, but we're trying to break that down. So it's a testament that if the most simple things, we're kind of still caught up in it. The banks just went and said, hey, if you put money in our bank and shit hits the fan, we can take your money. And people are like, okay. How are they going to pay? Dude, we're $22 trillion in the hole. How do they have money to pay you back anything? It's theft. And people still keep their money in the bank. You know, it's a safe place, court. Well, keep it in your house. Well, what if my house gets broke into? Okay, touche. When's the last time your house got broke into? Well, never. That's the programming. Why do we wear glasses? I wear them too, so I'm not picking on your knowledge. It's not a joke. Why do we wear glasses? Because our health is crap. Did the ancients wear glasses? Did they have spectacles they ran around in where half to 3/4 of their population needed them? It's a symptom of your system. That's how unhealthy we are. Our hair is destroyed. Our eyes are destroyed. Our minds are destroyed. And it's part of the programming. And we continue to let it happen. And so if I tell you, hey, I'm selling the house, I'm getting rid of the extra car, we're packing our shit, I'm moving out in the middle of nowhere, I'm going to start farming. Court, that's a great idea. Yeah, with everything going on, you should do that. Oh, yeah, that's great. Hey, Bob, are you going to do that? No. You know, the kids are in school, and, you know, I wouldn't want to upset the wife. We're going to stay here in the city. That's the programming. So when you think about it for what it really is, you have to question yourself. What the hell am I doing? You know, I've been with my girlfriend for 8 months. You know, I don't want to upset her. Well, they're trying to kill you. I'm just letting you know. Well, you know, when it's my time to go, it's my time to go. Please stop with the Christianity. Stop. It is a delusions of grandeur to think that if I'm just a good human being long enough, it'll bypass me. No, that's bullshit. That means you're scared and you're not going to do anything. And you are the last person I want you around, or I want to be around, because you're the type of person that'll freak out because you don't have the right ideology of what's really going on, and you will murder me and my family for the crap that I prepared for because I was in the know. That's what's not fair. So I'm not as much of an asshole as people think, but the party's coming. And how much longer do we coddle each other before somebody stands up and says, guys, enough coddling, enough prancing around. It's men, it's time to be men. Ladies, it's time to be women. It's time to take our babies and our stuff we need, not want, and start doing things. And I have to do that because my soul tells me if I am not real with people and it comes and my fellow man or woman gets injured, I blame myself. But I can stand here right now and say I did my job. I take no blame because the people listening to my voice had a choice. You have an opportunity right now to take the excess crap that you have and dump it into society. Get rid of it, sell it. Well, Court, hey man, they're not all going to wake up. I'm sorry. They're not. Your very own family members aren't going to wake up. That's the truth. So dump it and get stuff that could benefit you. Start looking to get out of the city, learning how to do blah, blah, and we can go on hours with all of that. But the fact of the matter is, it's time to grow up. We've been children long enough. This is why we're slaves, because the government looks at us as children because we are not mature enough to handle our own affairs. And I got to be honest with you, look around. I think they're right. We're still arguing about petty issues. We're still beating each other down because one's black and one's white. How much more immature do we need to be? So do you think they're sitting at the top feeling sorry? No, they're looking at us because of what I just told you. These people are still arguing about money, man. Money doesn't even exist. Screw them. We'll start over. And what if that really is what this is about? They have proven that we are so insignificant, and they've proven it to themselves that they're going to wipe us out. And sometimes the hard truth hurts. Do I have a lot? No. But I got rid of almost everything I don't need. And I'm not buying brand new computers and brand new cell phones and brand new shoes that are $285 because some football player signed them. The insanity has to stop, my friend. And it's not even just the stuff we know. I heard Joe from the Fullerton Informer, and this stuff has gone so far, it's in our clothing. So if they ever do something electrical, we will literally fry where we stand. That is how much crap we have around us. We don't care. It was $5 at Walmart, Court. It was such a great deal. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to wrap my child in it. They're going to feel so comfy. Yeah, you just fried your kid. I mean, let's be honest. If the system can play on your heartstrings with your children to get you to do dumb shit, then I'm going to play on your heartstrings with your children to get you to do the right thing. And that's the facts. If they can program through MK and teach me and my children dumb crap, I can use that very same system to teach them the truth. And I've done it. So it's in our clothing, it's in our food, it's in us. And I understand we're limited. You know, some of us, like myself, we're not rich, we're not wealthy, but we have to put things in order of importance and start acting upon them. And I'm sorry, I don't think enough people are. So to answer your question about R. Kelly, no, don't care. None of it matters to me. I don't watch TV. The only reason I have a TV is every once in a while we'll watch old movies just for entertainment. That's another thing, entertainment. Have you taught your husband, wife, children how to play cards? Let's turn the lights out for 48 hours. Do you know how bored you're going to be outside of fear and anxiety? Do you know how to play cards? You can pick up deck cards for $2. Great way to entertain your family. So it just gets to a point where we have to start doing, and we can talk about it, but the same consistent cyclical knowledge that's just over and over and over and over. It's for some of us, it's over. We just no longer, hey, did I tell you I increased the mileage on my vehicle 2 miles an hour or 2 miles per gallon. I'm going to save, $36 a year, and I'm going to start investing that. I don't care anymore. I'm a lead foot. I don't give a damn if gas is $9 a gallon. I don't care. I got other things to worry about because I can't control the gas prices. I can drive myself crazy over miles per gallon. You get 26.
Already.
Huh?
That's real shit. That's some real shit you're saying.
Well, it's just, I've got to emphasize it because in my opinion, very few people are saying it. And I know I'm not here to hurt feelings, man. I'm just trying to be real. And everybody wants people to be real. Where's the real YouTube channels? You know what? You can't handle the real YouTube channels because they're going to tell you facts to your face. And nobody wants to hear the truth. We want to sugarcoat it like our cereal. So what says you?
What?
I said, so what says you? What's your opinion?
My opinion is do your own research, get an understanding, don't let shit get to you. Take everything in as face value. Get to understand every situation you get yourself into. Don't get indulged into something too deep you don't understand. And stuff like that. You know, it's a lot of crap. I can go on and on for hours about how negligent the government and everything is, but it's not important. It's not important. You got to realize that all this shit is just bullshit.
Okay, let me give you, I've got an awesome guy. I'm not going to say names. If he wants to come out and say it was from him, that's fine, but I don't do that.
Well, I'm about to go ahead and end this show. Everybody,
I know. I'm gonna say one thing real quick because it's a positive note.
Close out the show. Go ahead, Court. Whatever you say, I'm ending it after you make your statement, brother.
You got it, bro. Well, here's the thing. I was given an idea or an opinion, and I had to think about it because I never thought about it myself. And the philosophy is this. What if those of us that are waking up, they're allowing us to wake up and filter through and trudge through the mud. And the real objective of all of this is to kill off all the masses to let us live. They're going to reset and only want the ones that could figure it out to go on. Think about that for a minute.
Well, we're going to let everybody think about that. Until next time, this is Knowledge Uprising. Thanks, everybody, for watching.